Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today in our program, we shall know about the atheistic way of education. Education is not merely learning lessons from books. Education is not only passing examinations or getting jobs. True education should help human beings think clearly, live honestly, behave humanely, and solve problems scientifically. An atheistic approach to education means education is based on reason, scientific temper, human values, equality, freedom of thought, and responsibility towards society. It is not education against any person. It is education against ignorance, fear, blind belief, superstition, discrimination, and mental slavery. The great atheist thinker Gora always said that human beings must live with confidence in themselves and with responsibility towards society. Education must create such human beings. What is education? Many people think education means collecting information. But real education means learning how to think, learning how to question, learning how to cooperate, learning how to solve problems, learning how to live with dignity. A child may memorize hundreds of answers, but may still fear eclipses, ghosts, caste, fate, or astrology. Such education is incomplete. Education should remove fear and increase understanding. An atheistic way of education asks, why should children blindly obey? Why should students fear questioning? Why should science be separated from daily life? Why should human beings depend on miracles instead of effort? These questions are important. Education should encourage questioning. The first principle of atheistic education is freedom to question. Every child is naturally curious. Children ask, why does rain fall? Why do stars shine? Why do people suffer? Why are some people poor? Why do diseases occur? Unfortunately, many times society discourages questioning. Sometimes children are told, do not ask, just believe. God knows, it is fate, it is tradition. But science grows through questions. Human progress happens because somebody questioned old beliefs. If nobody questioned, we would not have modern medicine. We would not have electricity. We would not have space research. We would not have democracy. We would not have social reforms. Therefore, atheistic education encourages children to think independently. A classroom should not be a place of fear. It should be a place of exploration. Teachers should welcome questions, not suppress them. Scientific temper is essential. One of the most important aims of atheistic education is developing scientific temper. Scientific temper means observing carefully, testing facts, asking for evidence, accepting truth honestly, changing opinions when evidence changes. Science does not say believe blindly. Science says verify. This attitude is necessary not only in laboratories but also in everyday life. For example, health problems should be treated medically, not magically. Agriculture problems should be solved scientifically, not through rituals. Social problems should be solved through cooperation and planning, not through superstition. Even today, many educated people believe astrology controls life, lucky numbers change destiny, miracles cure diseases, God men have supernatural powers. This shows that literacy alone is not education. True education develops rational thinking. An atheistic education system should help students distinguish between fact and imagination, science and superstition, evidence and blind belief. Education should promote equality. Another important aspect of atheist education is equality. All human beings are equal. No child is superior by birth. No child is inferior by birth. But unfortunately, discrimination still exists. Caste discrimination, religious discrimination, gender inequality, economic inequality. Sometimes schools unknowingly strengthen these divisions. Children begin to think, my caste is higher, My religion is superior. Girls are weaker. Poor people are less capable. This is dangerous. Education should unite humanity, not divide it. An atheistic approach teaches humanity is one, human dignity is universal, character matters more than birth, work is more important than status. School should encourage mixed dining, equal participation, respect for all occupations, friendship beyond caste and religion. When children grow together without prejudice, society becomes healthier. Education should build self-confidence. Atheistic education develops confidence in human effort. Many people grow up believing success comes only through blessings, failure is due to fate, problems are punishments from divine powers. Such thinking weakens initiative. But atheistic thinking says human beings can solve problems, effort is meaningful, society can improve through collective action. When students believe in their own abilities, they become active citizens. Instead of praying for change, they work for change. Instead of waiting for miracles, they create solutions. This spirit is very important for national development. Moral values without fear. Some people wrongly think morality is impossible without religion. But morality existed before organized religions, and morality can exist without fear of punishment. Atheistic education teaches ethical behavior based on human welfare, mutual respect, cooperation, compassion, and responsibility. Children should help others not because of fear of hell or hope of heaven, but because helping others is human and socially beneficial. Goodness should come from understanding, not fear. A truly educated person should speak truthfully, respect women, help the needy, care for nature, stand against injustice. These values are human values. Now, the role of teachers. Teachers play a major role in atheistic education. A teacher should not merely transform information. A teacher should inspire curiosity, encourage debate, develop confidence, promote scientific thinking, remove fear from young minds. Students remember not only lessons but also attitudes. If a teacher is open-minded, students become open-minded. If a teacher is democrat, students learn democracy. If a teacher respects truth, students learn honesty. Teachers should never humiliate children for asking questions. A good teacher says, I may not know the answer now, but let us find out together. That is the spirit of education. Now, education and freedom. Atheistic education supports freedom of thought. Every individual should have the freedom to think, analyze, accept, reject, and discuss. Freedom is essential for creativity. Great discoveries come from independent thinking. Fear destroys creativity. When children are constantly threatened with punishment, guilt, or supernatural fear, their minds become weak. An atheistic educational system tries to remove unnecessary fear and create responsible freedom. Freedom does not mean indiscipline. Freedom means thinking responsibly, acting ethically, respecting others' rights. Education for social responsibility. Education should not produce selfish individuals. It should produce socially conscious citizens. Students must understand poverty, inequality, environmental problems, public health, gender justice, democratic responsibilities. Education should connect students with real life. Students should participate in community service, health awareness, environmental protection, scientific demonstrations, and social reform activities. This develops social responsibility. Saraswati, Gora, and Gora emphasized practical social work along with intellectual development. They believed education must transform society. Now, the importance of women's education. No society can progress without women's education. Atheistic education strongly supports gender equality. Girls should receive equal opportunities, scientific education, leadership training, economic independence. Education should free women from superstition, fear, dependency, and discrimination. An educated woman strengthens the whole family and society. Children learn values first at home. Therefore, empowering women through education is essential for building rational and humane generations. Education and democracy. Democracy survives only when citizens think independently. If people blindly follow leaders, rumors, or religious propaganda, democracy becomes weak. Education should therefore teach critical thinking, constitutional values, human rights, civic responsibility. Students should learn to discuss issues peacefully and logically. They should learn to disagree respectfully, to analyze evidence, to oppose injustice courageously. An atheistic education approach encourages democratic culture. Technology and human welfare. Modern science and technology have transformed human life, but technology should be used for human welfare, not exploitation. Education should teach ethical use of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, media, internet, and medical advancements. Students should use technology responsibly and scientifically. Atheistic education supports progress that improves human life. Removing fear and superstition. One important aim of atheistic education is liberation from fear. Fear has controlled humanity for centuries. Fear of gods, fear of curses, fear of fate, fear of rituals, and fear of social stigma. Fear weakens intelligence. Knowledge removes fear. When children understand eclipses scientifically, fear disappears. When diseases are explained medically, blind belief decreases. When natural events are understood scientifically, superstition weakens. Education must bring light where ignorance exists. Practical change is needed. To strengthen atheistic and rational education, we need scientific temper in schools, activity-based learning, open discussions and debates, moral education based on humanity, equal treatment for all students, removal of discriminatory practices, encouragement of creativity, exposure to social realities, training in critical thinking, and respect for labor and dignity of work. Education should prepare students for life and not only for examinations. Message to youth. Dear young friends, do not fear questions. Think independently, read widely, observe carefully, and accept truth honestly. Change your views when evidence changes. Do not become slaves to blind belief, prejudice, or hatred. Use your intelligence for human welfare, social harmony, scientific progress, and equality and justice. The future belongs to rational, compassionate, and courageous youth. Friends, atheistic way of education is not negative. It is a positive and constructive approach. It teaches confidence instead of fear, inquiry instead of blind belief, equality instead of discrimination, humanity instead of hatred, and responsibility instead of dependence. Education should create free human beings. It should help individuals stand on their own feet, think with their own minds, and work for the welfare of society. That is the essence of atheistic education. Let us build an educational culture where truth is respected, science is valued, humanity is central, freedom is protected, and equality is practiced. Then only education becomes meaningful. Thank you very much.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaram channel, which has 21 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.